Hello and welcome to It's Your Business with Mario Toneguzzi on Megapix Media. Joining me today is Annie Dormuth, who is Alberta Director for the Canadian Federation of Independent Business. Thanks for joining us today, Annie.
Oh, always great to be on the show.
All right, super. Let's talk about the announcement made yesterday by Alberta Premier Jason Kenney, basically sending the province into a bit of a lockdown. Many businesses obviously having to close, a lot of restrictions on businesses. First of all, Annie, what impact do you think this is going to have? Because this is 4 weeks long.
Oh, this is definitely going to significantly impact a lot of small businesses who have been barely hanging on for pretty much the entire year. It will, unfortunately, from our perspective, probably push quite a few small businesses to the brink of permanent closure or bankruptcy. Alberta has, amongst small businesses, has consistently reported some of the slowest or lowest economic recovery rates, as well as been consistently one of the provinces reporting the highest number of businesses actively closing. So unfortunately, this will push a lot of small businesses to the situation where they may not be able to reopen in the new year.
Now you mentioned the sales. Where were in general the Alberta sales in the most recent survey that you did compared to, say, pre-pandemic levels?
Yes, so CFIB has been regularly monitoring three key economic indicators that tell the story of small business recovery, and that is really the number of businesses fully open, those that have returned to normal staffing levels, and also seen a return to normal levels. And unfortunately, we have never really seen an increase in those numbers throughout the duration of the entire pandemic. Still only around 20% or a little above 20% of Alberta small businesses are seeing a return to normal sales for this time of year. When you put that into perspective, that's only 1 in 5 Alberta small businesses who are seeing or having a normal year with regards to their revenues.
Okay, let's talk about a couple of the hardest hit industries. Obviously, hospitality is one. Restaurants now with the lack of revenue for 4 weeks, especially at this time of the year. No dine-in service. For a lot of these businesses, I guess, the takeout and delivery just doesn't cut it, right, in terms of their survival.
Well, we actually heard a little bit of a mixed opinion with regards to the restaurant industry. A lot of them with regards to the previous restrictions of restricting dining in to only your immediate household or your immediate cohort. They simply weren't seeing enough revenue that they needed to even continue that side of their operations, and were voluntarily closing the dine-in services prior to yesterday's announcement. Also, we heard some feedback from the hospitality and restaurant industry that they were actually more wanting the government to close the dine-in servicing options or operations so that they could access the top-ups provided through the Canadian Rental Relief Subsidy. So just to clarify that you would be able to receive a 90% subsidy on your rent if you were mandated to close under a public health measure. So we heard a little bit of a mixed reactions from the restaurant industry with regards to that. However, as seen in yesterday's new restrictions, it is definitely a good thing to see that the government has created a pathway for retail businesses to maintain operations throughout the critical holiday season.
Yeah. Now, when you look at the challenges, I guess, that small businesses have, in light of the fact that big box stores are also there. What information are you getting from your survey results on how people feel about shopping at big box stores versus shop local where they really, really need it?
Well, it's interesting you asked that question. Just yesterday, the CFIB released a public opinion poll of all Albertans, not just business owners, on their perspective with regards to retail shopping and keeping retail open during the pandemic. A large majority, nearly 9 in 10 Albertans, said that the government should allow retail businesses to maintain operations at a limited capacity, and also said it would be unfair for the government to close retail while keeping big box open. So it is good to see that in yesterday's announcement, the Alberta government did listen to Albertans with regards to that and find a way to keep retail open during, again, that critical holiday season for them.
Okay. And word today that Health Canada has approved a vaccine, so that'll start rolling out soon. How important, I guess, is a vaccine, do you think, in the economic recovery?
Well, it will definitely be vital. Simply small businesses need a return to normal operations and a return to normal sales. The federal relief programs and including the expanded provincial relief programs is really enough just to keep the lights on and keep operations barely going to hopefully survive into 2021. And definitely the news of a vaccine is encouraging, and hopefully we can see a more return to normal operations in 2021 for our small business owners.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to add, Annie?
I would just again continue to add that now more than ever, our local entrepreneurs, our local community leaders, they need our support now more than ever. So I encourage everyone throughout the holiday season to really just be a conscious consumer, think small business every day, understanding that times are tight for all Albertans. And if you're in a position that you can't financially support a small business, think about writing a review for your favorite local businesses or giving them a shout out on social media. All of that contributes to the recovery and survival of small businesses.
Okay, super. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having CFIB on the show.
Okay, great. That was Annie Dormuth, who is Alberta Director for the Canadian Federation of Independent Business. This has been It's Your Business with Mario Toneguzzi on Megapix Media. Thanks for joining us today.